Good day everyone, I am Brian James Ikusi and I am here to demonstrate on how to dissect a fish and to identify the internal and external parts of it. So what are you waiting for? Let's begin. Today I will dissect a fish to identify the external and internal parts of it. The fish that I will be dissecting is tilapia. Let us first start with the material and the personal protective equipments that I will be using. I have a cutter as my material for conducting an incision to the fish. Next, I have the surgical gloves. And lastly, the face mask. And with these equipments, I can now begin wearing the gloves and the face mask. Now that I am all set, I will show you the external parts of the fish. Let us first look at the scales. Part of the fish that covers the body. Then we have the lateral lines. Lines along the body of the fish used to help the fish adapt. Next, the fins of the fish. The fins are the part of a fish that is used for swimming, balancing, and propelling in the water. This is the dorsal fin. This is the caudal fin. Next is the pelvic fin. Now we have the pectoral fin. And lastly, the anal fin. For the head part, we have the eye, the part of the fish used for seeing. The mouth, the part of the fish used for swallowing objects, particularly food. And the nostrils, part of the fish that is used for smelling. Next is the operculum or the gill cover, part of the fish that covers the gills. Lastly, we can see the anus, the part of the fish that serves as an excretory organ of the fish. It is also where the waste matter coming from the body of the fish passes out. To begin dissecting, I will now make a small incision from the top part of its body and another incision from the top to the bottom part of the stomach. Now, a deep incision in the muscles of the fish to open up the part we want to see. Now that we have the view of the internal parts, we can now identify them one by one. Let us begin with the gills. It allows the fish to breathe. Next is the brain, the control center of the fish, where both automatic functions such as respiration and higher behaviors occur. And now we can see the heart. It circulates the blood throughout the body. Going a little bit down, we can see the liver. It assists in digestion by secreting enzymes that break down fats, and also serves as a storage area for fats and carbohydrates. Under it is the swim or air bladder, a hollow gas-filled balance organ that allows a fish to conserve energy by maintaining neutral buoyancy in water. Then the intestines. Fish such as tilapia are herbivorous and requires longer intestines because plant matter is usually tough and fibrous and more difficult to break down into usable components. Next is the stomach. It breaks down or digests food and absorbs nutrients. Then we can observe the spine and the spinal cord. The spine is the primary structural framework upon which the fish's body is built. Connects to the skull at the front of the fish and to the tail at the rear, while the spinal cord connects the brain to the rest of the body and relays sensory information from the body to the brain, as well as instructions from the brain to the rest of the body. That ends my demonstration and discussion of the internal and external parts of the fish.